I have so many things that I want to talk about that I kind of want to get through. I'm American, okay, but my ethnicity is Dominican. I speak Spanish fluently. This moment, despite the beefs that Puerto Ricans and Dominicans have, this moment was important to culture, my culture at least, because it came from the perspective of like, you have people who, for lack of a better term, have never gotten the recognition in the mainstream as Bad Bunny has gotten. And put everything aside, all, him dressing up like a woman in a video and some of the demonic stuff that people say about him and all this crazy shit, right? Put all of that stuff aside. It is a culmination of hard work. And some people say he's a plant, so maybe it's not a culmination of hard work for some people, but at the end of the day, it's putting the Hispanic culture in front of the world so everybody can see it. Okay. And so I'm proud in one sense because it is a Hispanic culture. It's our music. This is how we vibe out, whether it's at the wedding, this wedding portion where he's running around and kind of everybody's running around and people are dancing, kids are running around, everybody's having a good time, all the way to, even the beginning part where people were like in a sugarcane field, all the way to the point where the old heads are playing dominoes and shit. And then you cut to the bodega where he gets a little coffee from the lady. Like all of this, regardless of the fact that, Dominicans are in the Caribbean, Puerto Rican is a territory of the United States. Then you have South America and you have Mexico, and right, these are all different, but we are all similar within a certain spectrum. It's like the president, and not necessarily Trump, but I'm just saying the president of the United States speaking for all 50 states, right? That's what it was like. And Bad Bunny just happened to be Puerto Rican, and he spoke for the Latin community on that night. Now, when I say speak for, again, I'm not saying that you have to agree with his thought process or his music or whatever, but it's just the fact that he was probably the biggest audience in one night for one event at one time. I think that is really something to look at from a Hispanic perspective and be like, wow, like I'm proud of that. And that shouldn't take away, just because of some of the things that people say, shouldn't take away from the achievement of being able to be put on the platform. Like usually, yes, it's an American sport, it's an American game, it should be an American band or American singer or whatever. Like I don't disagree with those things, but the fact that they chose him, to me, is a representation of the impact that his music has had and his global reach. And so I think that to me that's important, and that was pretty impressive. Now, if we get to the rest of the stuff, which wasn't all so great, I actually think this is kind of funny because this is one of the songs that was played that night. This gentleman right here, he recreated the song. I thought this shit was hilarious.
The English version? Hey, so my auntie asked me why I got so many girlfriends. Hey, a lot of girlfriends. Today I got one and tomorrow I got another one. But I never marry. My auntie asked me why I got so many girlfriends. Hey, a lot of girlfriends. Today I got one and tomorrow I got another one. Man, I think I want to take them all to the VIP, to the VIP. Hey, where they can be my auntie and we're gonna take a selfie and say cheese. They smile if they already been with me in the VIP, in the VIP. Hey, where they can be my auntie and we're gonna take a selfie and say cheese. They can smile the ones that forget about me. Man, I like the Gabrielas and the Patricias and the Nicoles and the Sophias. My girl in kindergarten name was Maria and my first love, her name was Talia. Got a Colombian that texts me every day. A Mexican girl that I don't even know. Wait, one from San Antonio still in love with me. Puerto Rican girl just for me, you see. I got a Dominican girl, body insane. Ooh, body insane. And one that flew from Barcelona on a plane. She's always bragging on my thing. Man, I let them play with my heart a lot. I want to move them in a mansion top from spot. And when I wipe them up, I'm going to send you an invite, bro. Just quit with all that now. Hey, when my auntie asked me why I got so many girlfriends. Hey, a lot of girlfriends. Today I'll have one and tomorrow I got another one.
All right, that's enough of that. You have someone in the chat jumped in and said, I don't know how people can dance to this simple shit. All right, let's for a moment take that thought process. What is let the bodies hit the floor? Let the bodies hit the floor. Like what is that? Right? There are plenty of songs from different places, or there are plenty of songs from different genres that are stupid. They repeat one word over and over a million times, or they say something that's like that doesn't necessarily make sense, or they skip certain words, or they have sentences that are not full sentences. Folks who think like that are just unwilling to understand that they're not the only audience in the United States. It's not American. How's it not American? I'll give you a second to answer. Let's see if this guy decides to answer. Or gal. Okay, here we go. He didn't speak English at all and he hates America. Did you see what he did at the Grammys? Yeah, I saw what he did at the Grammys, but I can separate someone's opinion on a cultural situation to them making good music. It's the same way. Do you listen to hip hop or rap music or trap music? Do you listen to any of those? Little Durk or Little Baby, you know, Young Thug? Do you listen to any of these folks? Okay, you do. Do you go out and commit murders? Do you go out and sell drugs and trap and shit? Let's see what he says. I'm gonna give him a moment because I'm about to cook. All right, exactly. So you like that music, but they're speaking about things from a very foul perspective and disrespectful perspective, depending on who you're listening to. But you still like the music, and that's my point. You don't have to like the person to like the music. You don't have to agree with the person on their political topics to respect the person's craft and what they're doing. You know, I feel like we're living in a time where people are so, I'm on this side and this is what it is. We've become such a tribal mentality where it's like, if you don't agree with me, you know, I can't with you, which is silly. It's fucking dumb. The NFL is about making money. And if the NFL understands anything, they understand the fact that soccer is the biggest sport there is. And the reason soccer is the biggest sport there is because it transcends languages. It transcends borders. Like, the NFL is trying to create a product that appeals to everyone, not just Americans. Yes, it's an American sport, but it wants to be able to get a bigger, larger set of the revenue that's out there. And in order to do that, what better way than to get one of the hottest artists at this time? Regardless, let's talk about some of the negatives before the game. This is one of those things that popped up before the game about Bad Bunny.
What's your favorite Bad Bunny song?
I already got one. Sorry about that.
I don't know who that is.
I never heard of Bad Bunny. I don't know what it is. I heard
performing
him
at
perform
halftime.
but yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
Do you think they made a mistake?
I believe so. I ain't never heard of bro till now.
I don't have one.
I don't listen to him.
I don't know any song.
Oh, what the heck's it called? I blank out the name. I don't think I have one.
I don't know Bad Bunny song. That's a tough one. I don't have one.
I don't really listen to that, but I can't lie.
I really do not know any. I haven't listened to any songs.
I don't know any to keep it G.
I just tuned into Bad Bunny this morning because is it DTMF?
DTM2.
Your second favorite.
I don't think I can name it.
It's DTMF, but yeah.
Seda and Moscow Mule.
What is it,
Oh
Monaco?
The
God.
one with Cardi B. I can't remember the name. I don't really listen to Bad Bunny, bro. It's the one that goes, ooh, boy, boy, boy. That's all I know, though. That's because
That's not even Bad Bunny.
Yeah, just say this, La Camiseta.
La Camiseta. Yeah, there we go. That's
La
my favorite.
Camiseta?
La
Okay,
Camiseta.
that means t-shirt in Spanish.
This guy. So even some of the players didn't know who Bad Bunny was, and it shouldn't be surprising. It really shouldn't be. I'm not surprised by that. This is just one of those videos that's circulating that's like, oh, this is why you shouldn't have put Bad Bunny. I disagree with that. Because there are black people who are saying that this was a bad idea and that Bad Bunny shouldn't have been. But like, the same way you felt about Kendrick Lamar doing the halftime show, black folks, is the same way that Hispanics feel about Bad Bunny's halftime show. Oh, this is one moment that's going around the internet. There's two guys grinding up on each other. And I get why people don't like that. Like, I understand. I know I saw that when it first happened. I saw it quick. Do I like it? My personal opinion? No, I don't want to see two dudes grinding up on each other. No, I don't. If I had to pick, yes, of course I would pick two women. Of course. Or a guy and a girl. Fine. Put that up there. But like, again, that's my personal opinion. And I've never been the kind of person to be like, oh, the world needs to be like this because I feel a certain way. This is actually the angle from inside the stadium. And there are people that are using this moment as like, oh, well, it wasn't as good because there were people who weren't cheering in the stadium. Yeah, that's because it's mostly white people in the stadium. Like, if you look at the prices of tickets for the Super Bowl, it's not normal people that are there. All the people that go to the Super Bowl, outside of the folks who may win free tickets to be in the bowl, are all rich. They're all the upper echelons of society. You know, and it looks like the people who were jamming to it, I want to play this. Let's play it one more time. The people who are jamming to it are all Spanish or women, really, which is another thing too that I wanted to point out. If you notice, mostly women like Bad Bunny, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's also another Another big thing that I think the NFL took into account, that Bad Bunny was going to bring them a very female audience because they're trying to captivate women, because women is a big part of the purchasing power in society. Here's some of the detractors about Bad Bunny and some of the negative things I have to say about him, which I'm on the fence about, but I also can see the perspective. Maybe I need to do more research on it.
You might not like the truth, but I'll never tell a lie. Bad Bunny, when you speak for Latinos, you speak for your fucking self, homeboy. Somebody who actually lives in Puerto Rico, which you don't. I can tell you that the majority of people here call him Benito el Comunista. Benito, the communist. Because when it comes to Bad Bunny, two things can be true at the same time. You could be an amazing musician and make great music, but you can also have garbage ass political views. And what's happening with the Super Bowl is nothing but a political stunt. In Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny is part of the political party that wants independence for Puerto Rico. He has extreme leftist views. Think AOC with auto-tune. And I want to say that as a gay man, please stop pandering to the gay community. Very inauthentic. And you being a role model for boys or pushing hyper-feminization is something I don't fuck with. See, while he's out screaming independence for Puerto Rico, he's doing it all from his Malibu mansion while flying private from here to there. Yet he wants Puerto Ricans to give up their passport. Well, newsflash, Benito. If you want Puerto Ricans to give up their U.S. citizenship and their passports, you should be the first one in line. Lead by example. But you won't do it, will you? So while you're out here selling "We Should Hate America" to young Puerto Rican men, I find it absolutely ironic that you're doing it all while living what? The American dream. Yeah, you see, he believes that us Puerto Ricans should give up our citizenship, yet he's out here fighting for illegals to get green cards. How the fuck does that shit work, homeboy? You're a fucking walking contradiction. Let me tell you something. I grew up in New York, and I have the things that I have, and I'm at where I'm at because of my U.S. citizenship. Puerto Ricans are literally the only ones in Latin America that can go to any state without any hassle. We were given the golden ticket. Now this clown wants to go ahead and take it away to give it to illegals. I don't fucking think so, homeboy. So what, you're gonna go to the Super Bowl with the president there, trying to make a political statement? Well, let me tell you something. 48% of Latino men voted for Trump. That's the majority. So I don't know who your demographic is right now. I also find it quite hilarious that you like to bash President Trump, yet you always conveniently leave out all the horrible, corrupt governments that these people are fleeing from. Why don't you call out those leaders? Because that doesn't fit your fucking agenda, does it? That's right. Bad Bunny, brought to you by Venezuela. Because see, what pisses me off is that he's out here using his platform to paint Latinos as victims. Newsflash, homeboy, we voted for all this. Oh, that's right. We voted for President Trump to secure that fucking border and deport any motherfucker that came in here illegally. Oh, Bad Bunny cancels his U.S. tour because of President Trump. No. This is not against President Trump. This is against your very own fans. Let's call out the hypocrisy, homeboy. Your millions come from American banks. You get paid in American dollars. Your Nike and Adidas deal? Oh, American companies. And your luxury lifestyle? All built on the capitalism that you pretend to hate so much. And your money being stored in American banks. You're out here wanting to play revolutionary while at the same time collecting capitalist checks. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. And don't ignore the Puerto Ricans who have built a life in the United States. Not to mention all the Puerto Ricans serving in our military. So you can continue to cancel concerts over President Trump, but President Trump isn't the problem. No, it's your hypocrisy that's the fucking problem. As a great artist can be an absolutely terrible political influence. Both can be true at the very same time. You can't gaslight me, homeboy. But now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think it's hypocritical of Bad Bunny to perform in the United States while he actively demonizes the United States?
This is where I give my perspective of Bad Bunny and his political views, which I agree with this gentleman here. They're not very good. You know, Puerto Ricans get all the benefits that Americans get, but then you have, like the gentleman said, you have this guy here, Bad Bunny, who wants to hate on what we are, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, bro, pick one side of the line. You can dislike things that are happening in the country, you can dislike some of the policies that are happening in the country, but to hate the overall country, to me, doesn't make sense. And that's where I can understand people being upset at the fact that he only spoke Spanish at the Super Bowl. It is America, it's an American sport, you know, it should be, you know, I understand the perspective of it should be in English. So this is another video. You guys know I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but this is one of those moments that makes you think, and it's made me think, even as you can see, even throughout this, like I'm thinking through this whole situation as like I'm watching these videos. So bear with me if my thoughts aren't clear, or usually my thoughts are pretty clear. But again, I'm kind of on the fence with this one, to be honest.
Bad Bunny is a plan. You know who's the owner of the Bad Bunny company? Rafael Jimenez Dan, vice president of the defense of Chavez in Venezuela.
You think he's a plant, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it is. Everybody is bland. You know, everybody is like this. Don't see the truth. They have a plan to destroy the democracy. They want everybody be comunista. Show me what happened with comunista in Venezuela or in Cuba or in Nicaragua. Show me what good do.
Yeah, what good does it do?
Bad Bunny is a plan.
I agree with the communist part. I don't know if I agree with him being a plant. I don't know enough about it. Maybe he is. I'm curious why Bad Bunny can't do this right here. I'm curious why artists can't do this right here.
Who the fuck doesn't like the United States of America? May God bless you. But fuck you at the same time. If you don't like the United States of America, go back to the countries that we the fuck from, and you'll see how much you appreciate the United States of America.
So like, if you compare where people are immigrating from to America, they're immigrating to America for a reason. Let's see. I got a couple other more videos I want to talk about, and then we're gonna change topics because I don't want to just talk about the Super Bowl this whole time.
Super Bowl. That was hands down, and I'm not being over dramatic, the goddamn worst shit I ever just had to force myself to watch.
Nah, you're being over dramatic.
Here with his phone in his hand, with Google Translate up close to this TV screen, trying to understand what the fuck's going on. And then he walks out with this revolutionary walk on American land in an American stadium with all of these foreign nation flags standing up against.
The United States flag was the first one, for the record, bro. But okay. What I do agree with that thing is he probably should have made the U.S. flag a lot bigger than what he did. That's one thing for sure.
God knows what. And it looks like revolutionary shit in American country. I'm so tired of this shit. First it was with the niggas with BLM. Then it was with the Asians with the Asian hate. Now it's with the Latinos. Bro, the shit is just, it's cringe. It's cringe. It's completely cringe anytime that the status quo, the elites, pop culture, whatever you want to say, when they take an interest in any minority group, it becomes the most cringe shit, and they try to reenact real men, real women that truly stood up against oppression and had to put their lives on the line for what they believe.
Yeah, I disagree with him because he wasn't doing any revolutionary shit. Like I don't see that. I don't see the revolutionary walk. I don't see that. Maybe I missed it and I have to go watch it again. But I definitely don't see that. I just think again this is coming from a place where like you're feeding into the narrative of, oh, this is America, you need to speak English. Like that's not that what if all you got out of the Super Bowl performance was, oh, he shouldn't have performed in Spanish, then you're missing probably the most basic point of capitalism. The Super Bowl show was about money and it had nothing to do with who Bad Bunny was politically aligned or not. It was all about money. That's really all it was. They're trying to get a bigger audience.
This nigga right here is a rich motherfucker, a rich gay nigga at that, which you never could have been in the past. For one, a nigga like him couldn't have been rich and couldn't have been able to be successful being gay. So just you being able to have the success in America and standing up there and not speaking English for the people that help make you a big star, because you ain't really a star until America recognizes you. Don't get that twisted.
See, again, I disagree with that. And you know why? You look at soccer players and you see how much money they make. Those are truly big stars. I think, again, this comes from a perspective of like, oh, America, we're the best. We're better than everybody else. We're the center of the world. When in all true reality, we make up a large part of what happens in the world, yes. And we are a very big influence on what happens in the world, for sure. But there are plenty of people that you don't know about that are way more rich and famous than people in the United States. Soccer is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You have, I think it was Ronaldo, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder how much he got paid. I think it was 500 million. How much money did Ronaldo get from Saudi Arabia? Ronaldo got paid, and so Cristiano Ronaldo Saudi contract with Al Nassr extended in June 2025. is reportedly worth over 400 million for 2 years. That's insane. You know, this young man might need to kind of take a step back and look at the fact that we are not the center. And I would love to have a conversation to see what he'd say to someone who would say something like I just said.
You come here, you speak in Spanish. We don't understand what the fuck going on. And then you come up there walking up looking like a revolutionary. Bro, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with the NFL. The shit's been on some gay shit. It can't get worse than what it is. I'm absolutely disgusted with it. And this ain't just me being no conservative and being pissed about it. My nigga, I don't want to think about politics when I'm watching football. And I do politics for a fucking living. We do this stuff to disconnect from the simulation. I want brain rot sometimes. Now everything has to be political. That shit was trash. Nobody wants to see this shit.
The show was about the fact that Hispanics were recognized in an event that is predominantly American, which is predominantly white, because America is mostly white. And so it is the realization that you can make it. And he said it throughout the performance. For the beginning of the performance, that's what he was saying. It's like, you know, if I can make it here to Super Bowl 60, then, you know, you should believe in yourself because you can do anything, right? So to miss those snippets and even saying, you know, like the only way to battle hate is with love, like these are all things that is like, you might take it political because you're living in this mind frame of like, how can I be offended by what someone's doing instead of looking at it at face value? And I think that's what this is what the Super Bowl performance is missing, or this is what people are missing about the Super Bowl performance. They're just looking at it because he's made political statements. They're looking at it because he has views that you may dislike, and they're immediately being triggered when in all true reality, if you look at what he said, if you look at how proud Hispanics are to the next day and even that day and the things that were being posted by Hispanics, you should be proud that your country allowed somebody to be a part of the event that would have never gotten this level of recognition before. That doesn't mean we should all of a sudden change and be, oh, we should be for Hispanics or we should be for blacks. No, we should be for Americans. And I think the Super Bowl was a perfect example of what America can be, which is an acceptance of everybody's culture. Now, this is where, again, two things can be true at once, and this is where it gets tricky because you need to also not only be about accepting everybody into America, but now those people who now come into America and are accepted need to also embrace America and be proud of America. And I think that's where people are upset about him, because he complained about America. But again, I'm not looking at it from the perspective of like this dude was trying to make a political speech, or he was trying to, you know, make it political. I don't see it that way, and I could be wrong, but I just don't see it that way.
For this. Nobody wants to see all of that shit at the Super Bowl. This is an American sport made for Americans by Americans. It's not a stretch. That was ass, nigga.
He's just hating.
I'm so tired of politics being forced on me. Having this gay ass nigga running all across the screen, hopping his way to and from. Nobody's satisfied with that. I kid you not. If you'd have told me 10 years ago that a Super Bowl in America was going to be entirely in Spanish, I wouldn't believe you. And then out of all people, amid the release of the Epstein files, they bring Lady Gaga out this bitch. I can't make this stuff up.
That was a little wild. I'm not going to lie.
If there was ever a chance to get disappointed in NFL, nigga, I'm there. It can't get worse than where it already was, but damn it, they found a way, man. Shitty show, El Super Bowl. I want to say other words, bro, but kids watch.
Nah, I disagree, bro. It wasn't an L. But one of the things that I didn't like was that together we are America, and he named all of these countries. Yes, we are the continent of North America, South America. We are America, but Americans are the United States of America. And the freedoms that the world are able to enjoy come from the sacrifices that Americans have made. This is where I can understand why people are upset and dislike Bad Bunny and his political side of things, even though I don't think this was a political statement. I think this is more like a miscalculation.